TouchCast is an authoring tool for the video web. It's an iPad app and also a PC app that is sort of like Adobe for creating interactive videos. And we also have a player that allows people to watch these videos on their tablets or on the web and actually interact with the web objects that are inside the video. And so taking a step back a little bit, up till now, there's a few trends that we're playing into. One is that video has been really revolutionized by the internet along one facet, which is distribution. So the internet has changed the distribution of video. Video can go to any device, doesn't have to go over terrestrial television. We know that story. That's the story of YouTube and every other online video platform out there. But what hasn't really happened yet is a revolution in creation. The fact that this is native digital media means that you don't have to produce video the same way you would on linear television. Yet everything that we see, for the most part, is still a lean back experience, still produced with the same cost structure and equipment that we produce in a cable TV set. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper, maybe it's not quite, it's not the $1 million studio, but even the YouTubers are trying to move up that stack and become more like regular TV. We don't think that just plain vanilla linear video is the native experience of what people expect when they're watching it online or on their tablets or even eventually on their big screen TVs in the living room, which they will expect to have the same level of interactivity that you do today on an iPad. So let's take the iPad as an example. The iPad is really interesting for various reasons. One is that we think it's a precursor to what TV is going to look like. And when you watch video on an iPad and you see a graphic pop up that looks like a button or a menu item that you would see in an app, or any kind of layer on top of that, you expect to be able to touch it and you expect something to happen. And if you just watch any child who's watching video on a tablet, and they'll touch it just like they expect to touch digital magazine and for the magic to occur. So that's what TouchCast does. It allows that magic to happen. And we also see the iPad being used as a tool for creation and creativity. So there's this current Apple TV ad that is talking about, it shows all the different things that you can do with the iPad, not just as a consumption device, but as a creative device. And so we built TouchCast as basically a TV studio in an iPad, and it brings that high quality production value to anyone who has an iPad. And it's amazing. We see 8-year-old kids producing videos that are as sophisticated as a TV producer in a large media company. So right now we're on the iPad, and we also just released our PC app. So it's great on a Dell Touch PC where you have some additional capabilities where you can have multi-camera switching, you can do video import, which you can also do on the iPad now as well, and it allows you to, it just has more power, so I did one where I put up the top 10 videos of the year and they're all playing in little boxes all at the same time. The iPad with its current hardware just can't handle that while you're compositing in real time and pulling down web pages. But it's happening, and it's gonna get there, and especially with the latest version of iOS 7 and the latest iPad Airs and even the iPad Minis with Retina display. It's so powerful inside. Like, we're doing green screen on an iPad with video backgrounds, background removal. We're doing video import. We're doing very sophisticated techniques, real-time compositing. We're pulling in web pages into the player itself. We're doing whiteboarding and telestration while you're recording the video. And the beauty of TouchCast is that you set up a project and you pop up all the elements, which are sort of interactive graphics. Think of them as television graphics that the viewer can touch and interact with if they choose to. They don't have to, but if they choose to, they can. And you shoot it, and once you're done, you're done. You can upload it to the web. There's no editing that's required. We support editing if you want, but you don't need to. So what that means is that it really changes the equation, the economics of producing video at a really high quality. So now a media company can distribute iPads to their journalists who can, with 1 or 2 people, can produce really super high quality video, not just using an iPhone and doing, poor quality, poor lighting video, but really almost as good or just as good as what you might do in the studio. But all of a sudden you're at this massive scale. You're not, the bottleneck isn't the video team, however big that is and how many videos they can process. They can still do that and focus on the high quality stuff, but at the same time, you can expand and multiply the number of videos that you produce as a media organization, 5, 10-fold.